is like a time machine, every bite containing its own story. So in this two video series, I'll be teaching you history of iconic food dishes and how to cook them. So let's dive in.
Firstly, we will be making nasi goreng, which translates to fried rice. Might seem simple at first glance, but its history is anything but ordinary. To understand nasi goreng, we have to go back to ancient China. Stir-frying became a popular cooking method during the Ming Dynasty, between the 14th and 17th centuries. It was a quick way to cook food using high heat in a wok, preserving flavors and textures. Along with the stir-frying technique came soy sauce, which has origins dating back to 2nd century China. As Chinese traders began sailing to the Indonesian archipelago around the 10th century during the Srivijaya era, they brought not just goods, but also their culinary traditions. By the Majapahit era in the 15th century, Chinese settlers had introduced stir-frying techniques and ingredients like soy sauce to local communities. But why fried rice? Chinese culture placed a strong emphasis on minimizing waste, and it was considered taboo to throw away uneaten food. So, leftover rice from the previous day would be stir-fried the next morning. This tradition blended with Indonesian flavors over time. Palm sugar, a local ingredient, was added to soy sauce to create kecap manis, a sweet, dark soy sauce that became a signature element of nasi goreng. Interestingly, Gregory Rogers, a food historian, suggested that frying rice wasn't just about flavor, but also a practical way to prevent the spread of microbes in Indonesia's tropical climate, which lacked refrigeration technology for much of history. The cooking process is fairly simple. First, add some cooking oil to your wok and let it heat up. After your wok is done heating up, add your chicken. Once your chicken is done cooking, add your sambal. Add your Bawang goreng, which is fried shallots, to your wok. Then add salt. Add your day-old rice into the wok. Use your spoon or ladle to prevent them from clumping. Proceed to add your soy sauce. Next up, a beloved British staple, fish and chips. But did you know this classic might actually have Jewish origins? Let's rewind to the 16th century. Spanish and Portuguese Jews, known as the Chuts, fled persecution and settled in the Netherlands before eventually making their way to England. With them, they brought a tradition of frying fish in oil, a practice rooted in the Spanish dish pescado frito, which involves coating fish in flour before frying. This method was especially practical for Jewish families observing Shabbat, the day of rest, when cooking was not permitted. By frying fish on Friday night, it could be eaten cold the next day without losing its flavor or texture, thanks to the use of liquid vegetable oil instead of butter. By the 19th century, this culinary tradition had become mainstream in England. Charles Dickens even mentioned fried fish warehouses in his novel Oliver Twist in 1838. In 1845, Alexis Soyer's cookbook included a recipe for fried fish Jewish fashion, using a simple batter of flour and water. The marriage of fried fish and chips came later, creating the modern fish and chip shop, or chippy, as Brits affectionately call it today. Early chippies were humble establishments with just a large cauldron of cooking fat heated over a coal fire. From Jewish kitchens to a British national treasure, fish and chips is a testament to how immigrant communities have enriched global cuisine. Mix it well while slowly adding carbonated water in the batter. This is how your final consistency should look like. For this step, take your defrosted cod and pat it down with a tissue. Then generously add salt and pepper to both sides of your fillets. Now store it in a case so that the salt can penetrate through the fish, at the same time drying it out. Take your pieces of fish and coat them with all-purpose flour. Then drench it with your batter and place it into your fryer with preheated oil. Fry each piece till golden brown.